Today we have with us the CEO of the Human Health Project, Dr. Phil Harrington. The Human Health Project is a nonprofit organization whose sole mission is to promote peer-to-peer healthcare with focus on information, education, and support. Hello, Phil. Thank you for taking time out for us on a Friday evening and talking to us about the Human Health Project and the Data for Good initiatives.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
I'd like to start off by asking you, how do you collect the data regarding patients and their conditions?
We collect the data with surveys. We do focus groups to do with the condition prior to setting up the condition on the surveys. And we also do statistical work to make the studies as accurate, as evidence-based as possible.
Amazing. And if I may just probe on that a little bit, to ask you, who analyzes this data and how do you really make it available for people to use it?
So at the moment, we actually don't analyze the data. We create reports from the data. We're in phase one. We're really at the coming out of a pilot phase where we've used third-party company, a third-party company to that has extensive report creation ability. The next phase, the phase we're now entering, that we're already in, already in the beginning of it, is where we analyze the data.
So from a futuristic perspective, where do you think this analytics of data will go into? Like, are you looking at AI, ML, machine learning, natural language processing, these kind of things as well?
Yes, where we see ourselves going next is where, first of all, the surveys are much shorter, that the questions are much shorter. At the moment, the first surveys that we had, they're very long. They're very long for people to have the time to be able to complete them. So where we're moving to now is to a mobile app environment where we can collect short, questions or give people short questions. And then we give people back data based upon the information that we've collected that they've given us, and where we have a longitudinal relationship with them, ideally, potentially a lifetime relationship with people, where we are collecting the data ongoing and then sharing data back to people as well on an ongoing basis.
So have you also started looking at some of the machine learning algorithms that are available?
Yes, yeah, we have. We've studied, for example, the AWS natural language programming service, and yeah, we are. Our intention is to use AI, machine learning, with in analyzing that data to be able to give people the best information back.
Awesome. What are some of the benefits that the patients worldwide will draw from this data? Because this is an upcoming concept, which is the crowdsourcing of the medical information. Where do you think the benefits of this lies? If you can talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, there's the concept of the wisdom of the crowds, the wisdom of the crowd. I think that the first thing is that, like, if you look at medicine, you go to see a doctor. Let's say even within conventional medicine, you have so many different specialties, and as is often the case with children with rare conditions, the parents actually become more expert than the doctors in those conditions. So where you can collect data from all sources, then you have the best possible data set for people to draw upon in understanding a condition and understanding the treatment choices and so forth.
Awesome. So what are some of the plans that you have for the future of the Human Health Project that you are looking at?
So our strategy is to work both in partnership with healthcare organizations and also as well online. So going back to what I was saying there about doing the focus groups to really understand the conditions and to ground them really solidly, there through our partnerships, that gives us the opportunity to do that. It's actually quite difficult, to get that in-depth information without such, without partnerships like that. So that's our strategy, is to partner with organizations where we deliver them a combination of the real-world data, peer-led patient advocacy program, and education, and in that way to ground the conditions, and then collect and give back real world data within that partnership, but also then as well to take the data that we get from the grounding, and then to bring that to the online surveys that go out to people around the world, market that, share that and market that out around the world, and then get large volumes of data back in that environment.
Amazing. That's really, really very encouraging, and we will be looking forward to those kind of initiatives that are coming along. So, as you know, this is part of the IMSA course, Infonomics class that we are, doing under Professor Laney. If you could just say a few words to us, that would be really good.
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you, Sugata, so much for your interest in Human Health Project. And hello to Dr. Laney and the class. Wonderful to meet you all here virtually on Zoom recording. And thank you so much for your interest. And we look forward to any insights or suggestions or introductions that you might have that would help us in succeeding in our mission. And thanks again, Sujata, for setting this up.
Thank you so much, Dr. Phil, and we will connect more as we move forward with this. Thank you so much. Appreciate
Fantastic.
your time.
You're welcome. My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.